What is up, guys? If you don't know
Hi.
us already, my name is Derek.
My name is Haley. Welcome to our channel. This is going to be our first YouTube video.
It is. So we kind of don't know what we're doing. Figuring it out as we go.
But thanks for watching.
Yeah, so we're the Prices, and this is the Price Bucket List.
We're really excited to just share who we are and what we're doing before we start sharing all of our adventures, which we've already had several. We're actually in Wilmington, North Carolina right now, and we've been doing this for almost 2 months, right?
Yep.
So we're kind of going to share where we got this idea and just how we got to this place. And we're excited to share that with you guys, and you all get to know us better.
So, first of all, with the name, it was pretty easy for us to name this channel because, that's kind of what we're after. It's kind of a bucket list thing. We are full-time RVers, but this channel is not just for RVers. We just want to get out there and we want to live life. We want to do stuff.
Yeah, and we want to inspire you guys.
Yeah, we want to document it. We want to inspire you guys. Just like we have been inspired by so many different YouTube channels. That's kind of what got us here.
Okay, so about a year ago, it was last June, so it would have been June 2019. It is June 2020, which is insane. We were actually camping with Derek's parents, and I have always loved to travel. For as long as I can remember, that was what I wanted to do, was just travel and see and do and experience as much as I could. And I have actually been a part of an amazing network marketing company for almost 5 years that has given me the opportunity to work from home and travel a lot, pretty much the whole time that we've been married. But Derek had a little bit different situation.
Yeah, so when we got married, I got a job at the local paper mill, and I worked shift work. So on my schedule, one time a month I would get, hopefully not always, one time a month I would get 4 days off in a row. So that whole entire month we would plan, what are we going to do, what are we going to do with this long weekend that we had, and we would go wherever we could go in 4 days. Being in East Tennessee, sometimes that would be to the East Coast, to the beach, surrounding cities, Nashville. We hit Charlotte a few times. We actually went to Florida. Once, it was always our goal to travel as much as we could.
We were never home when he was off work.
Yeah, so I never really had a passion for that job. It was, it was a good paying job. It was a good job. But I wanted something different. So I took, a year and a half to finish my bachelor's degree and finish a master's degree to become a licensed teacher in that time.
Which is a lot more flexible job.
Yeah, super flexible. You got your summer, that's what we're doing now. So I got that teaching job, and first and foremost, I'm really passionate about that. It's what I want to do. It's really what I've always wanted to do. Second of all, super bonus, you get some time off. We can travel. So that's kind of what's gotten us here. So we are always maximizing my off time to travel as much as we can. So that's kind of where we're at.
So flashback to June.
Yeah.
We were camping with his parents last June, and I don't even remember exactly what sparked this idea, but I was like, we should travel full-time in an RV. Yeah. And so I actually journal a lot, and I have the journal entry where I wrote down last June that we wanted to travel in an RV. So we had some things that we had to get into place. Obviously, one of those was we had a home. So we ended up starting the process, and also it wasn't just like we decided and we went for it and there were no ups and downs in between, because it is a little bit crazy to be like, I'm gonna sell my house and go live in an RV full time and travel around the country. It's cool to have that idea, but to actually get to the point where we're here doing it is a whole nother, situation. So anyways, in January, we went to our first RV show because we were still thinking about this. It had been more than 6 months, and we still, you know, we were watching YouTube videos from other channels, and we were just obsessed with the idea. So in January, we went to our first RV show to figure out what kind of RV we wanted, because like I said, we had no idea. And at first we thought motorhome, and I don't even know why. But we ended up getting a fifth wheel, and we can do a whole different video on how we made that decision and that whole process. But so we got a truck and fifth wheel, but in January we put our house for sale, and it sold pretty quickly. We sold it in February. We closed on February 29th. And I remember that was kind of a scary moment, because I was like, we're really doing this? Like, we just sold our house that we had lived in for like 4 years, and we were just very comfortable there, obviously, inside of our comfort zones. And this was going to be brand new, and it was scary, but we knew that we couldn't stop thinking about it, and we wanted to go for it and get outside of our comfort zones and just grow and, you know, see what we could experience. So we sold our house in February. Our plan was to pick up our fifth wheel in March, and there's a local campground that you can live in. Like, we were going to stay there until Derek was done with the school year and take off in the summer, and then COVID hit.
So that kind of flipped our plans. So just kind of jumping back and really telling you why we chose RV. We sold the house, and we wanted to, like I said, we want to maximize our travel. So we sold the house, okay, so your mortgage is gone, okay, your property taxes are gone, your house maintenance is gone. Now, that's not to say that you don't spend some money, you know, on an RV, on upkeep. But, you know, all those big expenses, and now we're living in an RV, this is our home now, okay? So we take it with us everywhere we go, and, you know, we've seen so far that we can go pretty much anywhere we want to.
Yeah, and for me, it wasn't even so much the money, it was just being tied to that location, and it just didn't make sense for us to want to be gone, you know, anytime he was off work, and just have that house sitting there and being tied to that location. For me, it was about having that freedom and that flexibility. So that's why we went that route. And some people do, you know, RV full time, and they keep their homes and maybe rent it or whatever, but we just didn't want to be tied to that and be off on the other side of the country and worried about what's going on with our house, you know. So that was the biggest thing for me. And there are, you know, we've done international travel too, and we definitely plan to do more of that, but we just decided we want to get this RV and we want to see as much of our country as we can. And Canada, we might even go to Mexico, we don't really know yet, but RV just really pulled us in. So there's definitely other ways to live your bucket list. This is just what we've decided to do at this point.
And one final big reason that we chose RVing, this is our home, and we have pets. I know a lot of you guys probably have pets. When we were gone on vacation, we were doing our thing, like we went to Europe, we went to the Dominican, we've been all over the US, at least the eastern half, and we would always leave our pets behind. And I mean, we don't have kids, those pets are our kids, we think about them, you know, constantly, and we were like
worried about them, and you had to find someone who could keep them. I didn't want to board them because that would make Dexter so anxious. I keep looking over there because he's sitting over there, but you guys can't see him. But we didn't want to do that, so we were having to like ask our parents, and it just became like they were traveling sometimes, so it was just a lot. So we love the idea of always having our home with us, always having our animals with us, and always having a change of scenery, but still being home at the end of the day, which I'm loving so far.
So, like we said in the beginning, a big part of what we're doing is we want to share with you what we're doing, and we want to inspire you like we've been inspired by a lot of other people. So we're going to talk about kind of the fears we had coming in, because we know if you've thought about this, there's definitely some fears out there. There's some hesitation, but we ultimately, you know, we made the jump. We decided to go for it. But it's not to say that was an easy jump. There were plenty of obstacles that we had to overcome, you know, mostly mentally, I think, you know. Living with pets in the RV.
We were worried how they would do, for sure. Which that's another thing we can do a video on, sharing things, tips for traveling with your animals. But that was a big concern. And it was going to be a huge learning curve for us because we've never even owned any kind of RV, camper, motorhome, anything. So, you know, a lot of people typically, I feel like, have an RV and do it part-time before they transition into full-time, mostly from what we've seen. And for us, it was going to be making both jumps at the exact same time. So going from never owning an RV to living full-time in one, and it's completely different from a house.
Yes.
Completely.
So I grew up camping. I really enjoyed it, but my parents were weekend warriors at best. I mean, definitely not every weekend, you know, a handful of times out of the year. And like Haley said, that's kind of where we got inspired to do this specifically. We're with my parents staying in their camper. And we did the research, and I can't tell you how nervous I was to pull a 33-foot camper, you know, for the first time with no experience.
Yeah.
No experience at all. We had never done anything like that. I don't know how the electrical system works in a camper. I don't know how your plumbing works in a camper. I don't know anything about a camper. And then,
well, we have learned a lot.
oh my gosh,
in just a couple months. I feel like I have so much knowledge that I never thought I would have.
Yeah, we feel like in that short period of time, I don't know, probably took a few weeks where I felt like, hey, I know the major important things I need to know about my rig. And about my truck, what it can do with my rig. So
going back to where I left off with COVID, we were going to be living in a local campground for a couple months, waiting for him to finish up the school year and then taking off in the summer. So that was going to give us a chance to kind of get used to living in one, and get used to, you know, certain things about it. And we didn't really get that opportunity because the campground closed because of COVID. So we had sold our house literally right after within a week or two of us closing on our house is when COVID started and things started shutting down, and we were like, well, that plan's ruined, so what are we going to do now? So we ended up being stuck at his parents' house, and once we picked up our RV, which we didn't get to do until April, we had it parked literally in their backyard. And so we started taking, we took 1 or 2 weekend trips. We went to Gatlinburg. Amazing what we learned in just like a 2-day weekend trip and pulling it for the first time.
Yeah, so that's the best advice I can give. First of all, you know, go for it. Okay, you're gonna definitely look at your financial situation, and we decided this was definitely a more than feasible option. This was check there, and then you have all these fears. That's what held me back more than anything. It was so big. There was so much, you know, you got to pull it. We got to figure out how everything works. Take the jump, go for it, because we learned that so quickly in one trip. And it was 1.5-hour drive. Don't even have to go that far. Okay. There are campgrounds all over the country.
Go 20 minutes away or whatever.
But
there is going to be fear because it's something brand new, but that does not mean that you shouldn't do it. And this can be RVing, or this can be anything else that, you know, you've always dreamed about doing or thought about doing, but it's scary. You really do just have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And once you do that, you'll be so glad that you did, and you'll grow in ways that you never thought, and you will be able to inspire other people, which is what we really hope to do. It was scary for a while, but now that we're doing it, any regrets?
No.
Absolutely not.
And I am definitely the practical one in the relationship. Maybe sometimes too much. I'm cautious about everything we do. You know, I don't jump into anything. And this has been such a good experience so far. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about growth. We want to inspire you to grow, just like other channels, other people, other books we've read constantly are inspiring us to do the same. That's what we think life is all about. And going out and seeing new things and doing new things,
growing, exploring,
meeting new people. That's what it's all about. So
that's what brings out the best version of us, and that's true for most people.
Yeah. So that's our main goal. That's what we want to do.
But we're just really, really excited,
Super excited.
and glad that you're here. And also, I do want to say that it has been, like, there have been ups and downs. We have had a couple bumps in the road, which that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But overall, we are so happy with the decision that we made and that we went forward with this, even when it was scary. And being at just this point now, I couldn't imagine if we had, like, let our fear make us not do this. So we are going to be sharing, like, the real, the raw, any problems and issues that we have as well, because, you know, not everything's perfect and we don't want to portray that. So we're going to share the good and the bad.
Absolutely. Go back. I'm going to grow without some growing pains. So
And a lot of it's about expectations.
yeah.
And you have to expect that there's going to be some bumps.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
that's okay. And when you face them, you just face them head on and keep going. And again, that's how you grow more. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to be sharing on this
Yeah.
channel.
So, for the first time, I'm going to say make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're really pumped about this whole journey, and we hope that you are too. We hope that you follow us. Reach out to us, contact us. You can find us on Instagram at The Price Bucket List.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have any questions, you know, we want to open up to you. We are an open book, and we want to help you out any way we can.
Yeah, and we really just want this to be like a community. So
Yeah.
if you have different dreams that you want to share with us, or maybe you're an RVer, if you want to just share any encouragement or just anything, we would love for you guys to comment, connect with us on Instagram, like he said, and just get to know you guys better.
All
I think
good?
that's it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye,
Hit that
guys.
subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.